Autumn in Austin, Texas, carried the scent of cedar wood and smoked brisket, the city pulsing with laid-back charm. In a small art studio on East 6th Street, Olivia Harper wiped paint from her hands, her denim apron speckled with blue and gold. A 27-year-old art teacher, she spent her days guiding kids to paint their dreams in watercolor, while her own sketches stayed hidden in a worn notebook. Her life was simple: black coffee, used books, a cozy apartment with thrift store furniture. But today her stomach churned at the thought of tonight, a lavish, public wedding she never wanted, tied to a man the world knew as a tech titan. Olivia loved Noah Davis, a 35-year-old MIT grad and CEO of Echo AI, a billion-dollar tech empire. They met 4 years ago at Zilker Park's art fair, where he bought her first painting, a quiet Texas sunset in watercolor, for $50 and a shy smile. Their love bloomed over late-night tacos and poetry readings, far from his glitzy world. 6 months ago, they secretly wed at Austin City Hall. Just them, 2 witnesses, and vows scribbled on a napkin. "No press, no fuss," Olivia insisted, and Noah agreed, kissing her under flickering fluorescent lights. Tonight, though, at Noah's urging, they'd host a grand wedding at a California resort to please his mother, who wanted to share the joy and appease his company's board. Olivia dreaded it. Raised in a small Texas town, she'd been mocked at art school for her hick roots, cheap boots, no-name jeans. That sting lingered, whispering she'd never fit into Noah's elite circle. Still, she agreed for him, hoping to make his family proud. Even if it meant stepping into a spotlight she'd shunned her whole life. This morning, she visited the South Austin Farmers Market, a favorite ritual. Amid stalls of pecans and homemade kolaches, she bought a bouquet of sunflowers, fingers tracing their petals as she thought of Noah. A nearby street musician strummed a country tune, and Olivia hummed along, her heart caught between joy and fear. "I don't belong in fancy ballrooms," she muttered, picturing the gala ahead. Politicians, influencers, wealth gleaming from every chandelier. She'd wear a linen dress, flats, hair loosely pinned, adorned only with the silver bracelet Noah gave her years ago. Back at her apartment, she sketched a quick drawing, 2 stick figures holding hands under a pecan tree, a gift to slip into Noah's pocket tonight. She smiled, recalling quiet nights on South Congress Avenue, sharing pecan pie at a diner. But as she packed, doubt crept in. What if they see through me, she wondered, old art school taunts echoing. What's a small-town girl got to offer? Olivia took a deep breath, clutching the sunflowers. She wasn't entering Noah's world to shine, but to stand by the man who saw her first painting, and her heart, when no one else did. With the sketch tucked away, she steeled herself, ready to face the glitz, not for the world's approval, but for the love that felt like home under Austin's golden autumn sky. Autumn in California was gentle, but the lavish Montecito seaside resort sparkled like a Hollywood set. Noah Davis's wedding entrance shimmered with crystal chandeliers, a red carpet stretching long, and violins blending with the chatter of high society. Olivia Harper stood at the gate, her wilted sunflowers drooping after the long flight from Austin. Her pale green linen dress swayed in the breeze, worn flats clashing with the glittering heels around her. She rummaged through her bag, heart racing as panic hit. The invitation, carefully left on her kitchen counter, wasn't there. "It's fine, I'll explain," she told herself. But old art school taunts echoed, "Small-town girl, you think you belong here." Olivia approached the security guard, a tall man with a wireless earpiece. "I'm Olivia Harper, Noah Davis's wife," she said, straining to sound calm. He raised an eyebrow, scanning his iPad. "No name listed. Where's your invite?" Olivia flushed, stammering, "I forgot it, but I'm the main guest." Nearby, a group of guests, women in sequined gowns, phones poised, started whispering. A blonde with a pearl choker went live on TikTok, giggling, "Guys, check this! Some rando crashing the billionaire's wedding." Her caption flashed, "Homeless vibe at the wedding of the century." Laughter spread like sea breeze. Another influencer, lips crimson, filmed with a sparkly filter, captioning, "Who invited the thrift store queen?" Olivia's face burned, memories flooding back of art school galleries where peers mocked her hick paintings. She fumbled for her phone to call Noah, but the crowd closed in. Some snapping photos, one shouting, "Bet she's an Echo AI fangirl." The guard took her arm, polite but firm, steering her away. "Ma'am, I'm doing my job. Please use another entrance." Olivia wanted to scream she was the bride, but her throat tightened. "They're right, I don't belong," she thought, flat scuffing the red carpet. Outside the gate, she stood alone, sunflowers sagging, the resort's lights fading. An older couple passed, eyeing her with pity, murmuring, "Must have got the wrong event." Olivia forced a smile, mind drifting to Austin's farmers market mornings, buying kolaches, humming to country tunes, free from judgment. She thought of Noah, of sharing pecan pie on South Congress Avenue, his words, "You don't need to change for anyone." But now, under Montecito's glare, she felt tiny, like a painting torn from its frame. Clutching the silver bracelet Noah gave her, she wondered if he knew she was here, alone, amidst live-streamed laughs and stranger stares, fighting to hold on to herself in a world not hers. Olivia took a shaky breath, the ocean's hum steadying her. She wouldn't run. Not yet. She'd find Noah, not to prove anything to the crowd, but to remind him and herself of the napkin vows they'd made in Austin's quiet light. The sunflower slipped from her hand, petals scattering, but her grip on the bracelet tightened, anchoring her to the love that had always seen her, even when the world turned away. Outside the Montecito Resort's gate, Olivia Harper clutched her wilted sunflowers, the wedding's lavish lights fading behind her. The crowd's laughter and live-stream captions, "Thrift Store Queen," echoed in her mind, reviving old art school taunts. She closed her eyes, letting her thoughts drift to Austin, where her love with Noah Davis began, where she'd felt whole without sequins or spotlights. 4 years ago at Zilker Park's art fair, Olivia stood by her watercolor painting, nervous no one would care. Noah, in a rumpled shirt and messy hair, paused, studying her Texas sunset like it was a masterpiece. "How much?" he asked. $50, she said, expecting a haggle. Instead, he paid, smiling. "It's worth more." That night, they ate tacos from a food truck on South Congress, so spicy she laughed till she choked. "An art teacher eating tacos like this? I need lessons," Noah teased, wiping sauce from her chin. In the months that followed, their love grew through small moments. One night, Noah drove her in his old Jeep to an empty lot, stopping to stargaze, reading Mary Oliver's poetry aloud, his voice trembling in the chilly breeze. Another time they squeezed into Joe's coffee, splitting pecan pie, bickering over who brewed worse coffee. "Yours is bitter like an artist's soul," Noah joked, and Olivia pinched him, laughing until her sides ached. She loved how he didn't flaunt. No fancy cars, no Echo AI name drops. Just Noah, holding her hand like she might vanish. 6 months ago, they married at Austin City Hall. No flowers, no diamond ring, just a silver bracelet he'd made and vows on a sticky note. "I want the world to know you're my wife," Noah said. But Olivia shook her head. "You knowing is enough." She feared media glare, the whispers from art school days. She's with him for money. But when Noah's mother, a gentle worrier, insisted on a public wedding, Olivia agreed. "For Mom's happiness and to show the world us," Noah urged. She nodded but stayed true to herself. Linen dress, flats, like a test. Who'll see the real me, no glitter needed. Now under Montecito's moonlight, sunflowers drooping, Olivia wondered if she'd been wrong. She recalled a night at Austin City Limits, listening to country music. Noah whispering, "You're my home." But her silence before the jeering crowd, their mocking stares, left her feeling small. She gripped the silver bracelet, thinking of Noah, wondering if he was searching for her, or if she was truly just a misplaced painting in this glitzy frame. The ocean hummed nearby, steadying her. Olivia straightened, sunflowers slipping from her grasp. She wouldn't flee. She'd find Noah, not to prove herself to the crowd, but to hold tight to the love born in Austin's quiet corners, where tacos and poetry had painted their own kind of forever. The Montecito Resort's lights glittered like fake stars, but Olivia Harper felt a chill standing outside its gate, her wilted sunflowers limp in her hands. The crowd's laughter inside, TikTok livestream spitting thrift store queen, cut deep, echoing art school taunts. You'll never belong. She gripped the silver bracelet Noah gave her, fighting tears as the guard nearby, earpiece blinking, said politely but firmly, "Ma'am, don't make this hard." Olivia nodded, ready to turn away but stopped. No, she thought, I'm not the outsider here. Taking a deep breath, she stepped toward the crowd near the gate, where sequin girls still filmed, phones poised. I don't need a fancy dress to know my worth, she said, voice shaky but clear. I'm here for the man I love, not your spotlights or applause. The group froze for a moment. A few stopped recordings, but a blonde influencer smirked, typing, "Drama Queen alert." Olivia met her eyes steady. Keep filming. Living real doesn't need a filter. An older woman nearby nodded, whispering to her friend, That girl's got guts. Then a deep voice sliced through the murmurs. Don't touch her. That's my wife. Noah Davis strode from the main entrance, tuxedo rumpled from haste, eyes blazing with anger and pain. The crowd stiffened, phones dropping, cameras stalling. He rushed to Olivia, grabbing her hand, breath ragged. Liv, I'm so sorry. I never should have let you face this alone. She looked at him, tears glistening but spine straight, sunflowers pressed to her chest. Noah faced the crowd, voice steel. This is Olivia Harper, my wife. We married 6 months ago, not for press or deals, but because I choose her every day no matter what she wears. He glanced at the influencers, not naming them but eyes sharp. If you think love's a TikTok joke, leave. This is our day. A few slipped away, phones off. The older woman clapped, sparking scattered applause from genuine guests. Olivia tugged Noah's hand, whispering, I don't want them gone. I just want you here. He leaned in, forehead touching hers, voice thick. I was wrongs pushing you into this spotlight, Liv. Mom wanted a big wedding, but I only need you. She smiled, pulling the sketch from her bag, 2 stick figures under a pecan tree. Then marry me again, Noah. Our way this time. He laughed, kissing her hand, and the crowd's applause grew, not for drama, but for their raw honesty. The guard stepped back. Some guests approached, one saying, I thought you were... Never mind. You're amazing. Olivia nodded, her sunflowers seeming to glow. She thought of Austin. Nights on South Congress, splitting pecan pie, country tunes at Joe's Coffee. She'd feared she wasn't enough, but now, hand in Noah's, she knew Montecito's lights weren't her stage. Let's go, she said, pulling him inside. We've got a wedding to redo. Texas style, no filter. Noah grinned, following, and for the first time Olivia walked in, head high, not to prove anything, but because she'd chosen herself. The Montecito Resort's lights softened, no longer a glaring stage but warm like an Austin evening. Olivia Harper entered the ballroom, no longer the anxious girl in a linen dress. She wore an elegant ivory gown, its soft fabric hugging her frame, hair loose with natural curls. Noah's silver bracelet glinting on her wrist. She wasn't a TikTok star, but her quiet beauty hushed the room. The older woman who'd clapped outside whispered to her friend, That's a real bride. Olivia smiled, her sunflowers now in a small vase on the main table, a piece of Austin amid Montecito's opulence. Noah waited at the aisle's end, eyes lighting up. He ditched the tuxedo for a simple white shirt, like their taco nights on South Congress. You're stunning, Liv, he murmured, taking her hand. Olivia winked. Don't get used to this gown, Davis. Tomorrow I'm back to paint-splattered aprons. Guests chuckled, and the earlier tension melted, giving way to sincerity. The wedding was redone, stripped of flashy lights and live streams. Candles flickered on tables, the smoky scent of Texas-style BBQ wafting from the outdoor feast, evoking Austin's farmers' markets. A pianist played waltz across Texas, its slow melody like a vow. Olivia spoke her vows, voice trembling but firm. I'm not here to impress, Noah. I'm here because you're the one I trust most, who saw me when the world looked away. Noah's eyes misted. Liv, you're the only thing that makes this world matter. I'll choose you always, City Hall or Spotlight. Instead of new rings, they exchanged small gifts. Olivia gave Noah a notebook filled with sketches, their moments, pecan pie at Joe's Coffee, stargazing at Zilker, hand in hand on South Congress. "So you don't forget how we started," she said. Noah smiled, handing her a wooden box with her City Hall napkin vows, now framed in glass. "So you remember I love you for the simplest thing," he whispered. Guests clapped, some wiping tears. An uncle shouted, "Get 'em back to Texas," sparking room-wide laughter. The reception rolled on with BBQ, ribs, baked beans, cornbread, ditching the original upscale menu. A local band played softly, and Olivia pulled Noah to the dance floor. Though he joked, "I dance like I'm stomping tacos." She laughed. "Good, 'cause so do I." The mockers from earlier had left, leaving genuine faces. The older woman, an Echo AI employee who'd shared tacos with them, Austin friends who'd flown in. Olivia scanned the room, thinking of country music nights at the Continental Club. She didn't need Montecito's lights to feel whole. Leaning into Noah, she whispered, "Thanks for choosing me, even as the small-town girl." He kissed her hair. "Liv, you're always my whole world." The night hummed with warmth, the crowd smaller but truer. Olivia felt Austin in her bones, the taco trucks, poetry under stars, Noah's hand in hers. She'd feared she wasn't enough, but here, swaying with him, she knew she'd never needed to prove herself. The sunflowers glowed under candlelight, and as the band played on, Olivia held Noah close, home in his arms, no filter needed. Night fell over the Montecito resort, but fairy lights and golden candles in the backyard glowed like a slice of Austin, Texas. Olivia Harper and Noah Davis stood on the outdoor dance floor, hands clasped, swaying gently to a slow country tune from a local band. Olivia, still in her elegant ivory gown, laughed as Noah nearly stepped on her toes. "Told you, Liv, I dance like an outdated tech bro," he joked. She pinched his arm, eyes sparkling. "Fine by me, Davis. Just stand still and look handsome." Guests chuckled, raising glasses of apple cider, the vibe as warm as a South Austin farmer's market. The wedding now held only sincere faces. The older woman who'd clapped for Olivia, an Echo AI employee who'd shared tacos with them, Austin friends bearing homemade cornbread. A tipsy Texas uncle hollered, "Play Sweet Caroline." The band obliged, and the yard erupted in "Sweet Caroline, ba ba ba," like a Wildcats basketball rally. Olivia leaned into Noah, laughing until her sides ached. "Who knew marrying you came with free karaoke?" she teased. Noah hugged her close. "The world can laugh, Liv, but I only see you." They sat in a quiet corner, sharing a plate of BBQ ribs and pecan pie, the last Texas touch Olivia had insisted on. She glanced around, thinking of South Congress nights, music at the Continental Club, mornings at Joe's Coffee, arguing over who brewed worse coffee. "You know," Olivia said, snagging a bite of pie, "going from homeless to bride was kind of fun." Noah laughed, pulling her closer. "You were my bride the day you made me spill coffee on your painting at Zilker." Their story spread, not for live stream drama or TikTok, but for its raw love. A small Austin paper wrote, "A simple girl walked in quietly and left as his heart's queen." But Olivia and Noah ignored social media. Under the moonlight, they talked of the future. A community art studio in Austin where kids could paint without judgment, where Olivia would teach and Noah would volunteer, paint splattered like her. "No glitz, no big contracts," Olivia said. "Just us and some messy sketches." Noah kissed her forehead. "That's the dream I want most." As the band played its final song, Waltz Across Texas, Olivia stood, tugging Noah for one more dance. "Don't step on me this time," she warned, but they fumbled anyway, giggling like kids. She looked at him, no longer seeing a CEO or Montecito's lights, just Noah, who chose her with all her imperfect strokes. Love, she realized, didn't need grand stages or dazzling gowns. It was a shared slice of pie, a clumsy dance, a dream painted together under Austin's moonlight. The night wrapped them in warmth, and as they swayed, Olivia felt home. Not in the resort's glow, but in Noah's arms, where every step, even the missteps, felt like theirs alone.